Hey, are you stressed out over money? Are you tired of pulling your hair out from not knowing where your finances are going to come in and can't pay your bills? Do you want more certainty in your life, and especially in your financial life? Then stay tuned in this video, because we're going to be talking about the 4 pillars of financial stability. All right, what's up everybody? I'm Xavier Garcia. Welcome to the Ultimate Psychology channel. We're going to be going over today the 4 pillars of financial stability. So I don't know about you, and I don't know where you are at in your financial life, but I'm assuming you clicked on because either you want to strengthen your financial life or you want to improve it from where it's at. You're probably stressed out, pulling your hair out, and don't know where your money's going to be coming in from. And you don't know how to put your 2 pennies together. And I've been there. I know what it's like. I've been from so many jobs that I would do. I've been through bankruptcy. I've been through a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have, knowing what I know now. And hopefully you'll find some of this information useful. And in fact, I know you will. They say money is the root of all evil. It's actually not the root of all evil. If you actually look in the Bible, it says it's the root of all sorts of evil. So that means, yeah, money could make you do bad things, and money also could be a tool for good. So it's up to you. It's neutral. And I'm assuming that you have a good heart. Also, money is hugely important in our lives. When it comes to like relationships, divorce, money causes is the number one reason or factor for divorces in America, and that's a tragedy. And marriage and relationships ought to be about love, but finances is this real crucial thing that we need to figure out and master. You can be trying to outlive your life, and all of a sudden you get hit with a bill, or things are unexpected. A calamity may happen, and you're totally unprepared for it, and it could just totally derail the flow of your life. And we want your life to be going from success to success, and you can't do that without money, and without your money in order. And like they say, no money, no honey. So let's get your finances right, and we'll be starting off with the first pillar here. And the first pillar is turbocharging your financial vehicle. And so what's your financial vehicle, right? It's your job. Okay, it's what you're investing your time in. For most of us, as Americans, and anyone else in the world, we spend most of our time at work than we usually do at home, especially during the work week, Monday through Friday. So since we're going to be spending so much time here, this is where we're going to get, we want to have fun, and we want it to be enjoyable, and we want to have pleasure at work. And this is where we're going to be deriving our income from. And so don't take it lightly. I see a lot of millennials, and yeah, it's fun to go through a lot of careers, but at the same time, you want to establish a reputation of a great work habit, so you can take that with you wherever you go. When I was struggling going from job to job, there was no, at one point there was no job that I wouldn't take. Then there was at some points where I was too proud to take a job, and that needed to change, because I was letting my self-image get in the way of eating. And I was so broke at times because I had lost a job during the 2008 downfall that I refused to take government help, government assistance. But at the same time, there were some jobs I wasn't willing to take until I got hungry enough and tired of having my friends and family help me out. I had an old lady who let me stay at her house for 9 months without paying any rent, and God bless her heart for that. But what I had to do is I had to upgrade my skills. I had a certain set of skills and talents, but that wasn't good enough. There was a certain ceiling that happened. I had to break through that, become a new man and a new person. And what I had to do is, and what you ought to do, if you haven't found your position in life that you want already, you have to find a job and be able to keep it. And to keep a job, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Okay, you have to learn the tools of the trade and the skills to keep your job in order, so that you can kind of become irreplaceable, or at least good enough that your bosses know that you're trustworthy and competent, and they can leave you there, and you can be like a low maintenance employee. You might not get the most joy and satisfaction out of life. Maybe you don't need to get that much joy and satisfaction out of life with a quote unquote dead end job, but you can use that job as a vehicle to set you up for the next job that you want, or the career that you want, or the money making lifestyle that you want or desire, to be your own boss, to be your own creator of your finances. And so the one key bit of information that I can teach you or share with you is doing more than what you're earning. If you're making $16 an hour, if you're making $50 an hour, you're always going to stay at that level. If you're not improving your skills, you're actually going to be diminishing, and you're not going to increase with the value, because there's always going to be greater demands on on your production. You have to constantly be improving, because the workplace is also evolving, and if you don't keep up, if you're not keeping up with this quote-unquote rat race, you're going to get left behind. Life goes on. So you have to be constantly improving yourself to stay ahead of the curve. The majority of people won't. They just want to get this little job and stay there in a little cushion, but that's not going to last very long, because there's always someone who's willing to do more work, better quality work, for a less amount of money. So when you develop the mindset of being a universal employee, be willing to do anything, anywhere, anytime, any place, and you might not have the skill set, but the desire to learn and be trainable, then you'll be successful everywhere you go. So that's the first pillar of financial stability. So what's the second pillar of financial stability? Well, it's tithing, right? And what is tithing? Because some of you guys might not be familiar with this biblical term. It's a biblical term. It means a tenth. And so basically what we're doing is we want to have, now that we're earning income from our job, and we have that job security because we're constantly improving ourselves and staying ahead of the competition and becoming irreplaceable, we're receiving now. And to live on the highest level of growth, and to be affluent and to have this currency flowing through your life and having this abundance, is you have to be able to easily give as well as you easily receive. See, God is asking us to give us the first 10th percentile of our money, our first 10%, our first fruits, because we want to acknowledge Him that He's the supplier, He's the source of our well-being and our finances. He gives us the ability to work, He gives us the thoughts, He gives us the mechanisms to create that kind of financial life for ourselves. So we want to give thanks. Even though it all belongs to Him and everything is His, He's just asking for a tenth. And also to be obedient. Whenever you see that you can contribute or commit an act of service for someone, whether it be with your time, talent, or treasure, then follow through on that obligation, that obedience, and you'll be blessed and rewarded for it. Okay, and so when I first got this job, the job that I'm at now, I remember praying for this job. And I told God, if you give me this job, I'll tithe. And so at first, I wasn't giving it a tenth when I got the job. Of course, I thought I would be. I failed on that part. But what I did do, and where I did start giving was, I had the philosophy that $1 a day keeps the devil away. So I started incrementally, and so can you. It doesn't have to be, the big 10%, because it might be too much of a cathartic experience for you. But if you can, of course, bravo. But you want to live generously, and you want to live with a cheerful heart, a heart of gold that can give, and trust in the process of life, knowing that money is all around you, especially in the land in America, like a land of opportunity like this, where anybody can go from rags to riches. And even famous motivational speaker Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is giving. All right, pillar number 3, budgeting. Okay, this is crucial and critical in our financial lives, because we have so many demands on our time and our money that if we're just kind of going with the flow and we're not paying attention, we can get slammed or blindsided because we say yes to something that we shouldn't say yes to. Well, budget is going to help you organize your thoughts, your financial thoughts, and your responsibilities. And you're going to have certain line items. So you're going to get yourself a piece of paper, or what I recommend the most, which my wife and I like to do, is we got the app, Every Dollar. It's a free app, and you can plug in. It already lists everything for you: your groceries, everything, your income and your savings account, and you put all those facts and figures in there once you figure that out. And it takes a chunk of time to do that, and some discipline and toughness. But once you can get over that hurdle, damn, man, everything is on autopilot. You're coasting, and you'll know where your expenditures go, what kind of money you have, and what to do with it. It gives you responsibility, gives you power, gives you control. Because now when someone wants to do something, friends want to hang out, you know exactly how much you have and what you don't have, so you can go out and you can party and live responsibly. And it really puts you in the driver's seat, because now because like I said, you're in control of your money. You say where your money goes. It goes there, it goes to this, it goes to that. You're in control, and not the money just being all squandered around. So have the discipline to set a budget, and either you can review your budget monthly, say it's the first weekend of the month, which is my practice, and you'll feel a lot better, you'll feel more structured in your life, and your life will hit a nice financial flow, and it'll smooth out your lifestyle for you. So set a budget. Pillar number 4, setting and establishing and building an emergency fund. So before you even budgeted, you have your income coming in, and you're just giving your first, chopping off the 10%, giving that to God, and then you're working with what you have. Of course, Uncle Sam takes his cut. Now you have your emergency fund, and in your budgeting, you want to set a little part for emergency fund, because your budget takes care of your day-to-day living, but your emergency fund is going to be stuff for bigger line items like your goals, like buying a new car, or in case of an actual emergency happens. But what the emergency fund is going to do is going to give you a hedge of protection, or a financial hedge of protection, and peace of mind, knowing that you have total security backing you up. And the ideal amount that you want to have is anywhere from 3 to 6 months of savings of income, in case you get sick or you get hurt. And right now in America, it seems like everyone has a job. It's the lowest unemployment rate pretty much in history, especially for Hispanics and blacks. So be sure to establish that income, that emergency fund, that it's a nice wall there, a brick wall for you. You're living your day-to-day with your budgeting, and you're giving yourself to God, so you have this philanthropy in your heart, this generosity, and it allows for the reciprocation to go and the money and the currency to flow through you. And it raises your vibration and that abundance, that level of abundance. And you keep working on your job and improving your skills to get better, to earn even more and higher heights of income. And you'll be living a fantastic life, an awesome one. And these are the 4 pillars of financial stability. May God richly bless you. And until the next video, love with freedom. Thank you very much. This is Xavier Garcia signing out.